Okay. I'll wait for everybody to start coming back in. Let's see. Okay. Hey, Don. Yeah, thank you. Not even storming that bad here, and I guess my internet all had to go to a way that don't work the best, and that's my little MiFi pack. So I don't know how good this is going to be, but I end up having to go to that because for the same reason it knocked my internet out. Hey, Tim. Thank you. So I got to remember where I left off before I got kicked off of here. um, oh, Gugly. So I mean, yeah. So I mean, that's where they started coming back, and or where the term Gugly came from, face eaters, because that group of them wanted to hunt and eat humans. So I don't know. Uh, it's just a legend I was told. Like I said, I don't remember the time frame on it. Um, I just know that's what I good. I'm glad to see everybody's coming back. I apologize once again, guys. It's not even storming here, but I guess it was good enough to knock my internet out. Yeah, so and that's where we get these Gugly is from that there. Now these things are pure evil. I mean, these things they're not gonna be buddy buddy with you. They're not gonna be we're not gonna have the experiences like I have or like some of you guys other have. These Gugglies, their one mission is to hunt and eat us. Very much like Neanderthal was. Now, could we have been mistaken and what we thought was Neanderthal hunting us actually had been Gugly? That is one possibility. I don't know, but that runs through my head when I think about that stuff because we'd be doing a disservice not to consider that possibility. Uh, that's what we're dealing with, and our said it was Neanderthal that was doing it, and it wasn't. It was actually us, or it was actually Gugly. Um, no, they don't cuddle. No, no, Dan, no, they definitely do not cuddle. Neither does Genosqua. Or I mean, look what Fred Roll always talks about in Alaska. Man, they're aggressive as hell up there. And that plays a lot into your Bigfoot experiences. If you don't have a lot of food in your area, these things are going to be more aggressive. Anything that survives off in the wild, if there's not a big food source, they're more aggressive. So, I mean, you can see why that's playing in there. I could be wrong. I could be 100% wrong. Yeah, no. Yeah, that is true, Don. Yeah. I just went to hug him and squeeze him and pet him and call him George, then eat his face off. Look who's back, 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 back again. Look who's back, look who's back. Ray is back. Look who's back. Na 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 na. Welcome back, Ray. Uh, I apologize, guys. My internet got knocked out. So I mean, then so we have to consider that in these, and I think that's why I have so many peaceful experiences here. I've got plenty of food. There's so much food that's on my property, around my property. I think, I mean, it's just my opinion. Once again, I think that's why I have such good encounters with them here, is because not only do I respect them, and I don't go out actively agitating them. I don't go out there and actively try to mess with them, and I ain't trying to take their food away. And I've got plenty of food. I live in a symbiose with them. I think that is why, we I have such a good uh, interaction with them. Uh, and I could be wrong, but I can only share my experiences, and these are the facts that's on my property, and these are my experiences I've had with them on my property, which leads me to that theory of thinking that. But I could be 100% wrong. Absolutely, I could be 100% wrong on that. So, for me, I believe very much the same way the Native Americans do. They're our elder big brothers. They were here before us. Um, you guys remember, like one of my first shows I ever did, I did with Bigfoot, and I always said I think that we came from the same branch in evolution terms. They just stayed on one where we kind of branched off. I believe that's very possible. Just for the sheer scientific fact is that we can create babies with them, and the only way we'd be able to create babies with them is if we were genetically similar. So I don't know. I'm kind of curious what you guys think. What's your guys' opinions and theories on Bigfoot out there? Roxanne, we probably won't do a commercial today because I had such an issue with the internet. It's just going to eat my time up if I do a commercial. So we'll just plug stuff in the chat for everybody. Hey, Griff. I was live and then I got knocked off, Griff. Where's my codes? Look for my codes real quick. Man, I got too many notes on here. There we go. Oops, daggone thing. I guess I hope I done this right. So, oh, I hit the wrong one. I hit the wrong one. There we go. Oh, you hit that one. Okay, okay. I see. I see what I did. Okay. Threw me off there for a second. Chat got that flying, so I kind of missed it. Okay. Good deal. Uh, thanks. Yeah, I know. I didn't even see it. I was like, oh, it might hit the wrong one. Trying to remember some of these we haven't hit in a while. That's not all my codes. I'm missing some codes here. I'll have to get in, redo them. You have a shortcut labeled BO. By the way, do I? No, I think I got PO for my PO box. Oh, yeah. Never mind. Books. Yeah, books. Never mind. Yeah, for my books, BO. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that one. Griff. Yeah. Hey, man, when it's time to go squatching, you smell a rotten. Yeah. Well, like that's I mean, if I'm going out in the woods and I'm investigating any type of cryptids, I'm not spraying bug spray or none. I'm not wearing cologne. I'm not wearing deodorant. I go to the same approach as I do when I'm out hunting for food. Um, I hit that very same approach when I'm doing that because I believe they can pick up on the smell. You know, these things is these things is their sense of smell surpasses us by leaps and bounds. They know you're going to be in the woods way before you reach the woods. Um, I mean, it's like a shark in water. These things can smell the faintest of smells on the wind, and they're going to know it way, way, way before you even get there. So that's why when I'm out, investigating this stuff, I approach it the same way when I'm hunting. I don't use cologne. I don't use deodorant. I don't use bug spray. I don't use any of that stuff. They're always going to have some kind of scent to them, Griff. Yeah, I know the unscented ones. I used to use them for deer hunting, and I was never lucky with them. They still have even though we can't hardly pick it up, they still have a chemical smell to them. They can, I mean, animals can pick that stuff up. If animals can do it, I'm a firm believer Bigfoot can too. Um, so I posed a question before I got knocked off the air. I'd want to hear your guys' opinions and theories on what you think Bigfoot is. I'm kind of curious what you guys think. Do you think they are last remnants of Neanderthal? Do you think they're a great ape? What is you guys in the chat? What's your guys' feelings on what Bigfoot is? Kind of curious on that. You got to know where I stand on it. Oh, ooh, ooh. That's what I get for leaning to the side and turning at the same time. Um, yeah, I used to. That's it's funny you say that because I mean, at one time they got a lot of unscented stuff for hunting, and I've tried it out, Griff, and yeah, they can still pick it up. I don't even waste my money on that stuff. The descenting clothing, uh, the the shampoo, the soap, the laundry soap and conditioner, all that stuff. I've tried it before, and I can tell you it don't work. They still smell it. The best thing to do if you're trying to cover your scent is to lay down on the ground. They can move some leaves out of the way. Lay on the ground and roll around in that dirt. Get that earthy, musky smell on you. That's going to hide your scent better than anything else out on the market because that's all natural. It doesn't have that chemical hint to it. And that's I've been. Uh, I agree. That is a very good possibility, Don, and I agree. I think they are. I really do think they are. 100%. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you on that one, Don. Yeah, I agree. The moon landing that we know of, I know was fake. Definitely more real than that. Absolutely. That picture, that video that Da showed, I mean to message him. I meant to have him send that to me, see if I can't lighten it up. Um, wow, that was. If you guys missed Da's show last night, that video that he showed, holy crap, that is some of the best compelling evidence I've seen on Bigfoot. I mean, I agree. If that thing ain't faked, or if that thing is faked, AI has extremely stepped up their game. That is really good video evidence. Go grab some vegetation where you are going to put in and bag your clothes. Yes, absolutely, Grip. I've done that. Um I've actually gathered leaves up into a trash bag and put my clothes in with them leaves. I've done that. And that works extremely well. And that's one like in the military. I've been known to do that in the military, or I've not really gathered up, put in a bag, but like in the military, if I'm going into an area, um, I'm going to go find me a spot that's pretty hidden Not only am I going to put that vegetation across or on different parts of my body to break up my body line, I'm rolling into that in on that vegetation in that area. Mainly the dirt. Mainly the dirt is what I'm rolling in because I want that smell. That smell is what they're going to be familiar with. So yeah, I agree with you 100% about grabbing vegetation and I almost said a certain word, vegetation, and put that in with the bag in your clothes. Absolutely, yes. I mean that is oh man, yeah. That is by far some of the best daggone evidence video capture I've seen. Wow. And I was driving, so I didn't even get to look at it that good. I pulled over at one time and watched it for a second because I was like, "Holy crap!" And I agree with Doc's statement on that, even though he had a hot mic. Borax is good, but it does leave a smell. It still leaves a smell, and that's why I don't do it. I mean, people can do it, and people's been successful. I've not. And I depend on hunting food too much to take it to chance. Covering deer, I come with the in a 6 yard of me. Oh yeah, Ray. Yeah, yeah. Those eyes, dude. Yes, those eyes. Holy crap. Yeah, Roxanne, definitely. So I mean, and it's stuff like that. So people can't say there's no evidence out there. I mean, that video DA showed last night is a prime example that we're capturing this stuff. Now, in the old days, I would agree with you. There wasn't hardly any evidence besides prints and stuff like that because we got we got connections now or technology now that is far I know what you're talking about, Roxanne. Far better than what we used to have. So you're going to get more photographic and video evidence now than what we used to. Um, Now, like in Pineville, Missouri, I can see where the sulfur would work because there's sulfur water down in Pineville, Missouri. So if your area is not got a lot of sulfur in it, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. But down in Pineville, like I said, like my uncle's water, it's sulfur water. So there's a lot of sulfur in that area. So that would work. I think that'd probably work. Yeah. Oh, I love that too. That's why I love my game cams, Ray. I really do. My game cams up ain't up there to catch Bigfoot because I'm sorry. I mean, I've had game cams up for years. I've never have I caught fingers moving my game cams. Yes, I did have caught that, and my game cams were moved. But an actual Bigfoot on there, no. Have I caught some strange crap on it? Absolutely. I've caught some stuff. I mean, there's one image. I don't know if I could find it quick. I mean, I'm still claiming this could be a deer, but I'm telling you, the way this thing looks makes me second guess it. See if I can remember which one I had that in. I mean, I've caught stuff like, I mean, hell, I've caught. Oh, that's big. I mean, I've caught bats. I've caught all kinds of stuff on these things. Oop, oop, went too far. Slow down, hoss. Probably quicker if I just typed it in. I didn't think about to type it in the search. What? There we go. That's the one I want. Just took it a minute to load up. I'll get your guys' comments here in just a second. Trying to get this to pull up. Yeah, it does. Yeah, yeah. It definitely keeps the skeeters away. Absolutely, Tim. I'm waiting on it to load up. Was she playing in grip? Okay. Now I can screen share this. This I can't. Part of me wants to say this is a deer, but the shape and how these eyes are, if it's a deer, that's one big deer. Is this thing right here? I've caught that on game cams, and from a distance, I was like, okay, it's got to be a deer. But when you come in close, that's not the snout like I thought it was. This is something else. This is something big, um, very big. And this is probably I was thinking this could be Dogman, and I could be wrong. I have no clue whatsoever this thing is. I absolutely cannot figure it out. Yeah, I've heard that quite a bit, Roxanne. Yeah, I've heard that a lot. Wow, I don't know how that happened. This is one of the stranger things that I've caught on my game cam. I don't know what you guys think, but that yes, Roxanne, that's why I was thinking this could be a dog man. And I agree with you, Tim. It's very wolfy looking. And yes, I have Missouri Timberwolves here. And I have red wolves here. That's bigger. This is definitely you can tell. Let me get zoomed down. That is not the normal size. That's bigger than a wolf. One of our wolves. Yeah, I mean that's a hey Vicky. So I do have bear. I do have bear to come through here. Um, but the ears, if that's ears, if what I'm seeing is correct on that, and that's ears, that's not a bear. Yeah, I didn't think about that, Roxanne. Wow, I did not think about that being the same as that video the DA showed. Gee, but yeah, you better be eating. Good job, Carrie. If you can hear me, good job. Keep Vicky in line. But I don't know, guys. I know that is something that was very odd that I've captured on my game cam. This ain't the best finger one that I've caught, but it's on my laptop and I'm still trying to find it. All right, good, Vicky. That's good. Thank you, Carrie. This is one of the times you can see fingertips here and here. And this is one of the times my game cams have been moved. Could be. Could be, Dawn. Absolutely. I know it's weird. But I've actually got one. If I can ever get it pulled off my laptop, figure it out. I've got a fingerprint that literally goes about from here to here on my camera, and you can see the dermal ridges and everything. This one here, but this is the second time that I've had the game cam moved, and in this area is where I rifle hunt. This area right here is where I rifle hunt. I'm actually way back over here but this is 20 yards, 10, well, no, about 15 yards from where my rifle stand. It'd be two, if I'm sitting in the stand, it's to my left, which is south. But this is about 10, 15, about 15, let me think, 15 yards. It is 15 yards from where my tree stand is from my rifle stand. And there's a lot of deer traffic in that area. I'm going to have her into big, heck yeah, join the crowd, Carrie. You know you want to. We have a lot of fun here. Alright, shows more depth. It does, it does. Absolutely. A guy showed me a picture a few weeks ago. I shined 15 foot up, at least 6 inches apart. Then there was another set above them first. Yeah. Judging by that one, I would say it was probably squatted down, um, waiting for a deer to come out. But this one here got moved to the right, just like the first time it did. Come on, man. But yeah, like I said, you can see the fingers. So, and that's when it comes to cryptid stuff and Bigfoot on game cams. That's the only two things that I've ever captured out of 33 years of being here. Um, Outside of that, it's wildlife. Wildlife, possible fairies, and I don't know if that was a portal or vortex or what the hell that was. I caught two different times in that one spot. But but I'm a firm believer that they see the IR, and that's why you won't catch them on there. More times than not, even when I move my game cams, because I do move my game cams from time to time, especially if it's slowing down in that area, then I start looking for trails. If I start seeing a heavy worn trail, I move my game cam to that trail. And every single time I've ever moved my game cam, I find an X formation in trees outside the triggering range of my game cam. And I could be 100% wrong, but I'm a firm believer that they put that there to warn them that, hey, there's a camera here and it works. So that way during the daytime, they don't set it off either. Because in that area where that picture was taken is where I get a ton of footprints. I mean, I get a lot of Bigfoot activity in that area. And so I think they do that. That's my opinion, my theory based off of my experiences with game cams in my woods, but other people's encounters too. That they see that and they put informations up to warn them because in the daylight, I don't think they can see it near as good as they can at night. So I believe they put that up there so in the daytime when they come through there, um, they go, "Oh, hey, yeah, he's got something over here, so stay away from it." And that's what that X is for. Or they're coming up. I mean, at nighttime, I'm pretty sure they can see it. I want Jack to go pull my cards off my trail cams. He was going to until he saw the guy in the woods, and he says, "Oh, I know. I wanted to pull it too. You never know when you might get lucky." I think what few times they are caught on game cams is pure accidental. I mean, I really think it was accidental, or it's one that's in that mood and he just really doesn't give a damn. I think that's probably the only two reasons why we get very few on game cams. Yeah, I can too, Roxanne. Um, but I could be wrong, folks. I mean, I can only report on my experiences, and that's been my experiences. But that's why it leads me to believe the things that I believe in the ways that I believe is because of that stuff. It's until I get something proving me wrong, I'm pretty much stuck on that right there because I need hard evidence to show that I'm wrong. But it fits the bill. It fits the bill perfectly. So, like I said, though, just that's my opinion. My theory, my hypothesis, and other people's. Uh, but that's kind of where I'm at. So, I mean, I pulled up uh, stories from the Library of Congress of people being taken by Bigfoot for reading purposes. Um, then you got the missing 411s, and you got stuff that's not even told. I mean, there's so much stuff that points to this stuff. They could, Roxanne. They could be going, hey, I want to mess with these two legged hairless apes and go, look at me. I'm here. They could very well be doing that. I'm here, folks. See, I'm on your game cam. Now, where's the raspberry preserve and the clippers? But, oh crap, the thing popped off. Keep that up there for a second. I can see that, Vicky. I can see that. And people who's never believed in you got to consider this too, Vicky. People who's never believed in these things and they've had their first experience. You got to think of just how mind blowing that is. Think back to your very first experience and how traumatizing that could be. And to some people, that's more traumatizing to others. My very first print I ever saw, and I knew it wasn't there 2 minutes before I'd swung back. Prior to me coming back through that path again, that was an eye opener. I mean, it scared me a little bit. Never scared me enough that I ain't going out there and looking for them. I ain't too worried about going in the woods. I've got a knife and a pew pew and someone that is slower than me. Heck yeah, Griff. That's the key. It's not so much you got to worry about running. You just got to run faster than the slowest person. She wants to see it. Heck yeah. Well, Carrie, go out there and get it for her. I want to see it too. I'm interested if you caught anything or not. So, what's your belief, Carrie? Do you believe in Bigfoot? It freaked your daughter out more than you. I can see that. I mean, and it will. It does hit certain people differently. And we have to like when I get a client that calls me, say, I got this going on. I need you to come check it out. I have to put I have to think differently because to me it's no big deal. Yeah, man, I'll be out there. Yeah, I want to see this stuff. Yeah, I want to capture this stuff. But to them, that can be a game changing, holy crap moment for them. So we have to consider that. And they, that's dealing with paranormal, supernatural, or cryptids. Anytime I get a client that deals with anything like that, I have to put their considerations in there as well because I can't automatically assume they think the same way I do. So I have to approach whenever they're telling me about what's going on. I'm taking their demeanor, their emotions, and how they react when they tell me the encounter in effect. And I do now. She says, "What she say?" That's funny. I never even thought about that when I was making them codes either. Uh, that's going to tell me how they're going to handle it and how I approach the client when they get a hold of me. And I've never charged anybody for an investigation I've done. I've never done it. Now I put that stuff on my streaming platforms. The way I look at it, I'll make my money then. I'm not going to charge the client for coming out there. Oh, she was 15 when she saw. Wow. Yeah, that was definitely an eye opener. Definitely an eye opener. But you're leaving this. You know, it's, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, the first time I dealt with a ghost, it scared the crap out of me. Like I was getting a kick out of people at work the other day. It's like, man, this you hunt ghosts and stuff like this. I'm like, oh yeah. She goes, well, don't that scare you? I was like, I hunt monsters at night. Yeah. No. Did I ever make a code for Jeff? I think I need to get my butt in gear and make a code for Jeff. I just thought about that. She said her and Jack had been married 40 years and he never once lied to her, and if he sent it to the other and if he sent it the other night, seen it the other night, then she believes him. So he's starting she's starting to believe it now, and she wants to see it. Heck yeah. Oh, I mean, and I agree. I mean, that's definitely. You'll be surprised how many times I heard that. I can cold heartedly agree with that 100%, and I can't fault nobody for that. You know, and I'd hope that the first time that she sees one, that it's a good one, and not holy crap, she wet herself. Oh, I could see that, and that's happened. I mean, look, think about how many encounters we've heard of that happening. They've had a bowel movement, either one, number two, or all the above. It happens. I mean, it seriously happens. You know, and I can't fault nobody on that. I mean, I've had clients come in just completely petrified because of the stuff that's going on in their homes, and they want me to come and check it out. And I mean, stuff they've seen on their property. I mean, this werewolf investigation, and as soon as I can get my truck running good enough, I got to get back down and get back to investigating it. Um, it's it's hard. It is that I understand why both clients, one, don't want to be on the um, be interviewed live about it, um, because it's traumatizing. What they seen traumatized them. Plus, they don't want to be ridiculed, and I get that, and I agree with that. That's why I always say, if you want to be anonymous, I want to keep you anonymous. I can respect that. I've been in your shoes. Knock on wood, Eric, the big guy in the woods, has never done any mean or harmful things to anyone around here. Yeah, agreed. You know, I say that all the time, and I agree. I mean, but at the same time, I'm a realist, and I know it only takes one. You get one with the wrong attitude and the wrong temperament, and that's going to change your view on things greatly. 'Cause it does happen. I'm a firm believer they have emotions and they think very similar to what we do. You're going to have your good ones, you're going to have your bad ones, and there's plenty of historical encounters of that. And there's plenty of evidence you can find nowadays of the very same prospect of that being the truth. They're just they're a human type creature, the same as us. They're just a lot hairier, bigger, stronger, and a lot more different than we are. Yeah, there's always the first. Yeah, always. I want to be anonymous, but usually wind up being annoying. Taking that, go tear it up. Ain't gonna get no cooler by you digging it. I'm gonna tear it up and I'm gonna throw it away. And I'm gonna be mad. I'm digging it. You and me have this conversation quite often. You know the rules. Don't fuck with me. You know the rules. Ah, dogs, you gotta love them. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I hope your first experience, Carrie, is a beautiful experience. I really do. I'm truly blessed. All my experiences here with Bigfoot, I'm truly blessed. No, you're dirty and you're nasty and you've been rolling around in something. You don't need to be in my lap. I think he knew I was going to go in and seen Jack and Carrie here, and that's why he raised it. Could be. He could have been worried about you. There's been several encounters of people gone for a time and somebody else there that's new. It changes. When we did that documentary out here, Byways of Bigfoot, um, and we did different things that we don't normally do out here. It pissed them off. I mean, I knew that right off the bat, and you see me react to it in the video. You can sense that stuff, and I knew it. I knew at that moment I messed up. We did something we shouldn't have done. It's out of the norm. It's not normally what I do, and I've got strange people in the woods, and we're doing this stuff, and it upset them. So I don't. That's why I don't do that stuff. So I'm a big believer that they get that way. I mean, think about us. We don't like if we got something the way we like it, and it's been running smoothly for years, and somebody comes in and changes it up. It upsets us. We don't like it. They're the same way. Yeah, exactly. Something new at your house. Absolutely. So I agree with that 100%. Yep, my internet's back up. I just looked down and seen it reconnected to my internet. Wonder how long that's going to last. But it is a good book. Um, I don't know. And I made a video earlier today with just a couple of my vocals and tell the story of how I came across them vocals. They're available on all my platforms. Because I'm trying new things, and that was my first attempt at something like that. So you guys haven't seen it, check it out and let me know what you guys think. Um, but that's why I do this stuff. I want to bring this stuff to light and let people know, hey, there is good ones and there is bad ones, but you shouldn't live in fear. That shouldn't keep you out of the woods. I've dealt with some evil. I've got some evil things that come across here. I mean, look what happened to me when I was down doing that initial investigation on that werewolf site. I mean, one of the very few times I've been ran out of the woods, and it got me. It got me good. It got me real good. Oh, Bigfoot dwarfs. Damn, it did put two separate ones up. I knew that was too many. I knew it was going to do that. But I still go. I'm still going back there. My truck ain't running good enough now for me to make that long trip down there, but I am going to get back down there. I don't care if that thing ran me out of the woods. I'm going to be smarter because I know what's there. I know what its plans were for me. I'm still going to be out there. And it wasn't what I was looking for. This was something completely different than what I was down there looking for. Could that be the cause of the werewolf in that area? That's what I want to know. Yeah, go for that, Vicky. Anytime. Yeah, absolutely. What you mean, Roxanne? Yeah, I was live when I was doing that initial investigation of that werewolf case that I was working on, and yeah, NDA shows. Yeah, um, and what that was that ran me out of the woods. That was one of the very few times I've been ran out of the woods. So that whatever that was old, very very old, and very very evil and very very powerful. I'm still going to go back. And that I do. I have that question: is that old evil presence that I felt when I was in that area that was trying to take me away from where I was and leave me in a totally different spot? Could that be what brought about the werewolf in that area? That's always a possibility. And I want to know, is this something completely different than what I was actually there looking for? Or is it tied? And the only way I'm going to know is I've got to investigate. So, that's the only way you're going to learn. Hey, Mary. That is that. Yes, and that's gonna be so. Okay, I mean, I spent years and years. Hey, Daryl, and years investigating this stuff by myself. I've got to face a couple cold hard truths. One, I'm a little bit wiser than I was when I was younger. Two, I'm definitely older than what I was when I was younger. Three, I can't move as good as I did when I was younger. So I need to get people together and go down with me. I shouldn't done it. I shouldn't have done that one by myself. I'll admit I should not have done that one by myself. But I wanted to get down there. I wanted to check the area out, and so I was being stubborn and hard headed, and went down by myself. And the result, something bad could have happened to me. Luckily, I stuck to my intuition, and I knew better, and I knew that I could feel it getting more aggressive. I could feel its pull getting stronger, and I knew that if I'd been there very much longer, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you now. That's exactly how it felt. And that's why I made that choice. When I hurried up and gathered my stuff and threw it in the truck and got the hell out of there, that's why, because I knew something bad was fixing to happen. And I was by myself in an area that I do not know. I'm just hard headed quite often. I'm very hard headed quite often. But I mean, like I said, I've done it by myself for years and years and years. So you don't think about it until it's too late. Then you're going, damn it, I should have thought about that. Or, oh, yeah, I knew better. But no, me, my stubborn little pride, I got to go out and do it. And that's what leads people to an early grave doing this type of stuff. Um, you know, it happens. Oh, that's what it is. Um, but you got to be careful. You got to use common sense. You got to be smart. I know that's the pot caught on the kettle black because I've done it before, but and recently. It's true. You got to be smart about it. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be smarter about this stuff. And dealing with Bigfoot ain't no different. You know, you can have tons and tons and tons of great experiences, but just takes one, just one. So we're getting up. Looks like we got about 5 more minutes left. So as we're getting ready to wind the show down, does anybody got any questions about these Bigfoots, um, or like that? Want me to cover something else again? Yeah, Roxanne, give me a second. I'll pop that up. I'm trying to get this thing to load up so I can have it over here and ready. Maybe if we'll ever do it. Still waiting on you. You're getting closer. You can do it. You can do it. Just don't take all night long. Oh well. Okay. Yeah, you got to listen to your inner. I mean, like what Jessica and I was talking about when we did that show on energies. That's exactly what I'm feeling. I'm feeling the energy of the area when I'm doing my initial investigations. That was the whole point of me going down there for that one, because I wanted to get a feel for the area to see what I'm dealing with. And feeling that leads me even more and more. Even though I know it wasn't it, still brings me to the conclusion. I really think it was a werewolf and not a dog. Always try to put your fear in check. It'll help. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Watch Militia Man and Crew tonight. I have no idea who they are. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Jessica. You speak her name and she comes. I was just talking about you. Yeah, I mean, think about it. You always hear about a mother's intuition. That's exactly what it is. It's that energy. And if you don't pay attention to that, bad things happen. Interesting, Tim. Yeah, I know what you're getting at, though. So it's vital. You know, it really is vital. And that's why I did that show, and I couldn't think of anybody better but Jessica to get with me on that because I mean her stuff is different than mine and what I do, but it's all energy based. So that's why I was like, man, I was glad to have her on that show. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Like when I told my daughter, hey, I don't think you need to be outside because the energy didn't feel right. Not only was stuff different, energy did not feel right. And if you don't pay attention to that energy, you go around thinking, "Oh man," puffing out your feathers, thinking, "Oh, I'm Mister Barney Badass, and ain't nothing going to stop me." Yep, that's not going to happen around here. No, I'll take anything out that comes after me. You're going to wind up as a steamy pile of poo on the forest floor. That's the cold hard truth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The eyes are in the back of the head. It was. Thank you, Jessica. Yes, it was. That was a fun show. Yeah, and a lot of good info. Absolutely. Hey, Scott. So all right. Well, I always read this at the end, and once again, before I close her down, guys, I apologize for losing internet. I'm glad I was able to get something so I can come back on. Um, we got them storms coming through, and it knocked me out. So there's going to be two parts to this show, and that's why because I had energy knocked out or energy. I was reading Roxanne's deal, said energy, said internet. It's saved a lot of people's lives, Roxanne. It really has saved my life. Even in the military, doing what I did in the military when I was a Marine, um, it's energies. And it's saved my butt many a time. Um, so as we get ready to close this down, to all my new subscribers, thank you so much. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate every single one of you guys. From my new to my OG, every single one of you guys. Hey, William, how's it going? Hey, no worries, man. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, brother William. Yeah, it's not black here, Roxanne, but it got pretty dark. It's starting to lighten back up though. And that's probably the reason why my internet came back on. I'm no longer on my little Wi-Fi pack. I'm back to my satellite again. Um, but anyways, for my new subscribers, some OGs, you guys are great, and I'm truly blessed and thankful for every single one of you guys. Thank you so much. I'm constantly working on trying to improve things. So anytime I release something, let me know what you think. It helps with the algorithm and helps with everything. And so I appreciate it. And I'm going to try to put more stuff out there for you guys. Remember, I will not be available next Saturday. We have our fundraiser called Rock and Rides, where we're raising money for Springfield Public Schools Coach for Kids. Um, oh, thank you, Jessica. I appreciate that. Um, so next Saturday, I won't be on William's show or mine. This is the one fundraiser we do a year. We break records every year we do it. Last year we raised over $14,000 off a 1-day event for Springfield Public Schools Coach for Kids. So we got that going on. And then the 14th through the 20th, well, technically the 14th through the 21st, I will be at our national rally, so I won't be available. Now next Sunday, I'll try to do a show before I go to nationals. The Sunday after, I should be back and rested in time where I could do a show that following Sunday. So the next 2 Saturdays, I will not be on. And I know I wasn't yesterday, and I apologize. My daughter didn't get off work till late, so I couldn't do a show. Um, so I do apologize for not having. There'll be 3 weeks in a row we won't have something. I want to try to record something, put it out for everybody on the days that I won't be able to do a show. We'll see how things go. Um, but I always like to close this show with this little poem I wrote, um, and it goes like this: There comes a time when the warrior falls. They leave this realm and be missed by all. Raise a glass and keep them in your heart. They have kept this realm safe and performed their part. Look to your veterans, your active duty, your EMTs, and the blue line. What they do or have done was walk that fine line. When the demon comes calling on your soul, they will be there to save us all. Hold them in your prayers, for they are deserving. They all have served or are serving. Um, guys, keep a prayer for Texas and what's going on down there. Keep a prayer for anybody, all our men and women in uniform. Um, all you who are serving or have served in one capacity or another, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for every single one of you guys. You guys are great. For those who served before me, I appreciate you. If it wasn't for you, I would have never been blessed and had the honor to serve my country. So I'm truly grateful for everybody who served before I did. Thank you very much for that. So until next week, you guys, peace, love, and blessings to you all. And we'll see you then. Goodbye.